Maayong adlaw, komasta? I'm from Philippines Extremes, coming to you from Cordova Cebu. I'm hanging out at Don Macchiato's, and I'm having a 39 peso coffee drink, and decided that I would talk about what's been going on lately here. Man, let me tell you, the weather has been crazy wild. Last night I was sitting up on my phone, and I started to hear this kind of like buzzing sound, and then this really light pop, and then all of a sudden, kaboom! And the power just went off instantly, and there was a lightning storm, and it was literally like right over our house. It knocked out the power. It shook the ground. It was loud as a bomb going off. It was pretty wacky and wild, man, let me tell you. Hi. And, it'll make you feel alive, that's for sure. So I just kind of want to talk about what's been going on with me, man. So I got my passport renewed, and I subsequently have to have my entry stamp transferred over into my new passport. So I've decided that, after doing the math and everything else, and it's a little bit cheaper for me to actually go to Manila and do it myself. And I don't know what's all involved in that. It's kind of confusing. I'm going to go back to immigration and talk to them a little bit, because they either misinformed me or I didn't understand, and I got to find out some more info, as if I need documents or what. But got to make sure that I do that correctly, because they will not renew my visa unless I transfer that over, and I got to do that before September 25th. So that's what's going on in my immediate future, upcoming. I'm either going to fly or take the ferry, and I think flying probably would be the best. It's not too terribly expensive round trip, and it's a heck of a lot quicker than the 30-plus hour ferry ride. So should be interesting. I'll make a couple videos from that, but yeah, man. Kind of a drag that I got to do that, but what are you going to do about it? That's the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the egg breaks. That's what's shaking. So people have been asking me, like, with all the crazy stuff that's been coming out about, a certain vlogger that got popped and had a terrible experience and is now back in the States vlogging about it and putting the fear of God into everybody about not coming here. And there have been, 50, 60 people in his comments saying, I was going to go to the Philippines because of your videos, but now I'm not going to the Philippines because of your videos. It's just all fear, and definitely, as a vlogger, you can put a target on your back. We open ourselves up to the scrutiny of many people. They get a beef or whatever, and they're going to do things to either troll you or cause you problems. Who knows what, right? But I personally don't think that a person should live in fear. If you're not vlogging, who's gonna? You're anonymous. You do your thing, you live your life, you enjoy the culture and the people, and hopefully you meet a good companion, and your life will be significantly improved. So don't let all these worries that he's projecting outwardly deter you from living real life. And as I always say, most guys that are in the States, they've already aged out. They're relatively anonymous. They probably raised their families, and now they're retired, and they get to see their kids and family, holidays, birthdays, things like that. But it's a pretty lonely, tedious, and sometimes boring existence. And coming here, everything around you doesn't remind you of anything, and that's so stimulating and freeing. It's like you spend your whole life living in one particular area, and then you go to a place that's a complete contrast. If you're a happy person and you're your goal is to enjoy things and you're not disgruntled, every time you go out, it's going to be different. It's going to be stimulating. Like for me, man, when I come outside, I just love it here. Like there's a truck that just went by with like 30 people hanging off the back of it. You don't see that crap in the States. If you did, there'd be a cop pulling them over and writing tickets. Here, this is the norm, man. Things here are just old school, and that's the way I like it. I like the country life and the old school ways, and here you get a real sense of that on a daily basis, on an hourly, quarterly hour basis. And to me, that's fantastic and wonderful, and I absolutely love it here. So, best decision I ever made, and I think that it would probably be the best decision for a lot of people to make. Now, of course, it's not for everybody, but man, the ones that it's not for are the people that got their heads in the sand in a lot of ways. Not everybody, but a lot of people are just unaware of how suck they got it in the States, and they're just oblivious to the fact that they've been put in shackles and chains, and they don't realize that they were cheated out of 60 years of their lives being as slaves, and only to retire with a chunk of change to pay for their health care. That's why I encourage people, if you're young enough and you've got a pension, like if you're retired already and in your late 40s, you don't need to save further or work a whole nother job. You can come here and live on a lot less than people are saying. And why not live your life, man? Get out and live your life and live it for yourself. And don't let your fears stop you. Don't let fears of other people or take other people's situations and make them applicable to how it might be for you, because odds are it's not going to be. I mean, it's like the Choose Your Own Adventure books, man. Every action has a different outcome, right? And the way you react to things is probably not going to glean the same results as the way another person did it. Even if you tried to completely replicate what they're doing, your results are going to be different, because why? You're different, and your approach is different in other ways too. So, man, I just encourage everybody to come here. Don't live in fear. Love life. Live it while you can. Don't let them cheat you out of everything and just be a cog in the wheel. Ultimately, we're all just paying the pharmaceutical companies. We're taking all that money we saved up and we're giving it all right back to them. And people don't realize that they've been cheated out of their entire life. So stop playing in that little fake game of life, as they call it. I put that word life in quotes because we're not living over there, man. But if you come over here, you can live. And why not live your last 10, 15 years, 20 years on your own terms? So, yeah, man, get over here while you can. At least get out of your the matrix that you've been stuck in for your entire time. Whether you admit it to yourself or not, you know that you've been cheated and shortchanged. You know you have. And if you don't know it, there's that still small, quiet voice in the back of your mind trying to wake you up to the fact that you have been. And hopefully, you can hear me saying these things, and it'll really cause you to reflect on just how cheated you have been. And here, you won't have any of that. So break the chain, be different, step outside the box, and enjoy and live for yourself. So that's what I got. Heading off to Manila here in a few days, and I'm going to enjoy myself even further. People say, oh, Manila sucks. Sure it does. A lot more crime there, a lot more blah, blah, blah. It's going to be fun. I like a little adventure and a little wild wackiness. So, it's like the Wild Wild West. Saddle up, hop on, go for the ride. Take care, everybody. Bless.